Hello, my name is Chris Etienne, and this is my topic, How Has Physics Revolutionized the Writing Game? With a specific focus on surface tension. The table of contents for my subject is the history of ballpoint pens, the history of mechanical pencils, the ballpoint relation to physics, mechanical pencils relation to physics, the impacts these have on the world, and fun facts, mostly due to surface tension. The history of ballpoint pens started for a man named John J. Loud. Even though he's the man who made the ballpoint pen, he struggled figuring out the hole-to-ball ratio that would allow the ball to be able to rotate without spilling either too much ink or too little ink on the paper. This provided him greater troubles that won't be fixed until many years later. That was until Laszlo Bureau developed the right ratio of ball to pen ratio, which would allow them to write more smoothly than ever before. After making these pens, he only sold them in Argentina. But then a local businessman who was on his trip to Argentina found these pens and was like, this would make so much more profit back in the US. So they made a deal, and that's what brought ballpoint pens to the US. Ever since then, ballpoint pens have been in every workplace all around the world. It's almost like they're integrated with the system, like they always been there. The mechanical pencil, even though it's not as brand as the ballpoint pen, it was shown to be developed in 1565 by a man named Conrad, but Conrad didn't really make the mechanical pencil. He was really made the graphite holder or something close to that. Progenitors of the modern day mechanical pencil are people named Samson and John Isaac Hopkins, both pioneers in their both studies. They made like the first mechanical pencils that we still see today. On the other hand, Charles R. created the newest one that's even more popular, but it's still a version of the last one. Even though it's not as popular as the ballpoint pen, the mechanical pencil does hold some high esteem, with Japan holding awards yearly for the company/brand who makes the best pencils. These pencils strive to attain perfection with their comfortability and smoothness of writing. As stated before, the physics behind the ballpoint pen has a lot to do with gravity and surface tension. With the equation 1/2 force over length equals surface tension, used to find out the perfect length with which the ball interacts with the pen to make it so that it only has enough to be able to rotate evenly and smoothly. This can take a lot of trial and error. That was the majority of the reason why John J. Loud was so fumbled by this predicament. That he used this equation and probably many more to find the right ratio of length with the ball touching to be able to combat the force due to gravity. Mechanical pencils are more complicated than ballpoint pens because they use two types of energy: surface tension and spring. Surface tension helps the lead not leave the pencil as soon as it drops, and the spring helps push the pencil out of the tube. Even though mechanical pencils do come in many shapes and sizes, they all follow the same or two strats, which is the surface tension and the springs. Some may say that ballpoint pencils and mechanical pencils have done nothing for this world, but it has provided a cheap and easy way for people to write down their feelings. Before this, they had to get a fountain pen and dip it in ink to be able to write their feelings out, whatever they need to write. But with the introduction of the ballpoint pen, there's no need for that. With the increased easiness of getting your feelings down, there has been an increase in literature ever since the ballpoint pen. But since this came up with the digital age, there has been a drop off in the use of pens lately. But still, even so, they're integral to business, and it's used everywhere: schools, businesses, conglomerates, and companies everywhere. We didn't get to go full in dive to what surface tension is. These are some fun facts that'll probably get you interested in surface tension. Some bugs can walk on water because they provide so little force to the ground they can't break the water with 72 newtons per meter, so they'd be able to stand across the water and glide across it. Soap also does help decrease surface tension in water by making it more absorbable to the human skin or anything else. Nothing can be said for the increase of surface tension, making stuff hydro-resistant. Oil has less surface tension than water, that's why it sticks to stuff so well. While molten metals have super high surface tension, that's why it beats off of many things because it's super hot. Don't leave so soon.